Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters in Islam. Inshallah, you're all well. There's a very beautiful passage in the life of Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, rahmatullahi ta'ala alayh, where he says that I was married to Abdullah, his first wife, Abdullah, for 40 years, and I never experienced a bad moment with her. So subhanallah, they told him, Ya Imam, what was the secret to that? Why is it that you lived for 40 years and you've never found a bad day with her? He says, every time I was angry, she knew that she should remain silent in order for the shaitan not to come between us and to ruin the relationship between us. And every time she was angry, I knew that it was my religious obligation to remain silent in order for myself not to entice the shaitan against us. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. That is after he buried her. Radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, radiyallahu ta'ala anha. And that is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran that the shayateen from the jinn, what do? يُفَرِّقُونَ بَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَزَوْجِهِ. One of the missions of the shayateen is that they separate between the husband and the wife. So brothers and sisters in Islam, it's extremely important that you bear in mind the following. Always understand the importance of maintaining your marriage, not destroying it. Additionally enough, understand the importance that there's not going to be days where you get along with the other person. And this is completely fine. Unfortunately, a lot of us have this idea where I need to live a perfect marriage, and a marriage with problems is a bad thing. But always remember, a marriage with problems is exactly the marriage that you want to be in. Now, by problems here, we need to differentiate, not problems of cheating or abuse or cursing or swearing at the other person in profanity or irresponsibility or immaturity or the inability for either of the pair to give in or to owe up to their responsibility. That's not what we're talking about here. By problems, we mean when your marriage doesn't feel like it's normal and it becomes unnormal as a result, that is a sign that you are in a healthy relationship. Meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is bringing you to awareness about certain things that you were unaware of. And that is completely fine. That is completely fine. But the moment you think that my marriage needs to be perfect and problems whereby I don't understand the other person doesn't understand me, and so on and so forth, and I don't see things in a certain way that I've expected of the other person. The moment you expect for things to be like that in your marriage, that is when everything will go so wrong. So brothers and sisters in Islam, the main point that I want you to take home is the following. Understand that a marriage with problems is something completely fine. But what will save you out of those problems is your ability to confront them maturely and responsibly. By maturely understanding that the other person is bound to err. And that is completely fine. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created you in that way. Has created every single human being in that way. And by responsibility, that you approach it with hikmah. You approach it with hikmah. As a man, you need to be the hakim. You need to be the one that understands how to better approach the situation and how to ensure that you don't become the means why it becomes a rapid volcanic eruption, but that it becomes a means for you to bring your wife to account, to her awareness about what she did not realize, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you as the man the responsibility, the ability to help her realize. And that is your ability to lead. That is why in a marriage relationship, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you as the man to be the leader, the one that leads and the one that gives and the one that shows where things are in the interest of yourself and your wife. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to have mercy upon each other. Allahumma ameen. Ya Rabbil Alameen.